So for those of you who don't know, Boku no Hero Academia Vigilantes is a spin-off from the main series My Hero Academia. And it's pretty good, but does the spin-off deserve an anime adaptation? And don't worry, I will be staying away from spoiler heavy stuff. But before I get into my verdict on whether or not Vigilantes deserves an anime adaptation, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you enjoy My Hero Academia content. And don't forget to click the notification bell to be notified when I upload more My Hero Academia content. And please enjoy the video. So to start things off, My Hero Academia Vigilantes is a spin-off that takes place years before the main story. Now it's not specified how many years, but in the spin-off we run into Aizawa sensei, and he has not become a teacher for UA yet. And we all know that in the main story, Aizawa has been a teacher for years already. So I found that really interesting. And for those of you wondering, yes, a lot of the pro heroes from the main story make appearances in the spin-off, which really surprised me the most. But I do really like the concept for Vigilantes because it's basically a what if Izuku never met All Might and instead became a vigilante. And that's pretty much what this story is all about, except with different characters taking place in the same world years before the main story. Now let's talk about the main characters. First we got Koichi, who is the main protagonist, and to be honest, he's really just a Midoriya clone. Like, he is a real big fan of All Might. Even his hero costume is just an All Might hoodie with a bandana wrapped around his mouth. Like, Koichi will give Midoriya a good run for his money when it comes to being an All Might fan. But besides that, Koichi is just a college student who dreamed of being a pro hero, but can't because his quirk isn't really all that great. So instead he becomes a vigilante and just does good things for people. Next up is Popstep. She is a street performer and idol to people who enjoy her performances. And she can jump really high, which is pretty much her quirk. She can jump and bounce like everywhere. And my description of her doesn't really do her justice because she is actually one of my favorite characters in the story because of her personality and the interactions she has with Koichi and Knuckle Duster are great. Last is Knuckle Duster. Now Knuckle Duster is basically Koichi's All Might, except like a real off-brand one because he is a little crazy when it comes to being a vigilante and just likes punching his way to get his answers. And he doesn't have a quirk, which is really surprising because when you first meet him, you would think his quirk is super strength, but he's just actually really strong and it's kind of crazy. Now these aren't all of the characters, but these are the main ones that are heavily focused on in the story. And since we are on story, let me tell you that some crazy stuff does go down in the story. And I don't really think this is a spoiler because we have already met this character in season 2 of My Hero. But just to get you guys a little bit excited of the thought of seeing this as an anime, the hero killer Stain is in the Vigilante spin-off as a vigilante himself, and his name is Stendhal. And you really get to see how his mindset changes to the hero killer Stain after his fight with Knuckle Duster and Koichi goes down. Now as a fan of the main story, I really like the world building that Vigilantes has to offer because it gives us more of an insight to how the Vigilantes and the pro heroes are treated. Now, does it deserve an anime adaptation? Yes, I believe it does deserve its own anime because it reminds me a lot of the main series, but it could work on its own because it's really funny, the story's interesting, and the action isn't bad, it's actually really good. But if we're going to be realistic, I don't see Vigilantes getting an anime adaptation anytime soon. Just because at the moment there are only 26 chapters that have been released so far, but doesn't mean we can't get at least an OVA of the first 2 to 3 chapters being covered just so that the fans can get a little taste of what the series would be like if it was animated. And I really hope that we can get an OVA with season 3 coming out. Like at least towards the end of season 3 we get that OVA, which would be pretty dope. Plus, if you guys are interested in reading Vigilantes, Viz.com has all 26 chapters released for free and ready to read. There's no sign up required, you can just go on the site and read them. A link will be in the description below. And if you do read it, come back and tell me what you think of the spin-off, and if you think it deserves some sort of anime adaptation, whether it be an OVA or just a full-on anime series. I would love to hear your opinion on it in the comment section below. And that's all I have for today's video. If you guys did enjoy, like and subscribe for more My Hero content, and I'll see you guys later. Peace. Peace.